Hello and welcome to Herbal Expeditions. As we dive deep into the world of herbs and aromatherapy, our host certified aromatherapist Ms. Shunda Bertrand, she is passionate about sharing her knowledge and expertise with herbal enthusiasts like you. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, we'll guide you through the process of planting, growing, and preparing your own herbs. And when it comes to aromatherapy, Shunda will help you discover the incredible benefits of using essential oils for your mind, body, and soul. So tune in and let's embark on this herbal adventure together.
Please join us in welcoming Ms. Shunda Bertrand as she enlightens us on aromatherapy and the wonders of the plant kingdom.
Good evening. Welcome to Herbal Expedition, where we explore all things gardening, herbs, and aromatherapy. I'd like to send a huge thank you to our sponsors, Word on the Streets, for sponsoring tonight's show, Decoding Digestion, Symptoms, Solution, and Soothing Herbs. Are you experiencing a loss of appetite, feeling full too soon, or feeling full long after you finished your meal? Or perhaps you've had recurring acid reflux, frequent burping, and gas or constipation. In this episode of Herbal Expeditions, we will discuss the signs and symptoms of a sluggish digestive system and offer herbal remedies to support digestion. Throughout the month of February, we will learn about and review our digestive system. I am a forever student, always learning. I'm currently studying traditional African medicine as well as internal usage of essential oils. And after 25 years as an educator, I have learned that one of the best ways to learn something is to explain it to someone else. Consequently, I have decided to bring you along as I learn. I will share my knowledge with you. But before we get into it, I'd like to provide a disclaimer. I am not a licensed healthcare professional. Information that you receive here is for educational purposes only based on my personal experience and training. On this channel, we do not treat, cure, or diagnose. You are strongly encouraged to do your own research on the topics discussed here. As always, you're advised to discuss any new herbal regimen with your doctor, especially if you are pregnant, nursing, or taking any prescription medication. Tonight, I will share a digestive fun fact. Your stomach lining renews itself every 3 to 4 days. This prevents ulcers and keeps your stomach from being damaged by its own digestive juices. Now, we're going to start off tonight's show with a general overview of your digestive system. The digestive system is responsible for breaking down food, absorbing nutrients, and eliminating waste. The primary organs involved in the digestive process include your mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestines, pancreas, liver, gallbladder, large intestines or colon, your rectum, and your anus. Our digestive system begins with the mouth, which involves the mechanical digestion of breaking down our food, mixing it with saliva that contains enzymes, and begins breaking down carbohydrates. The food turns into a soft, moist mass called bolus, which is swallowed. As food is swallowed, it enters the esophagus, which is a muscular tube that is about 10 inches long and is located behind the trachea, connecting the throat to the stomach, transporting food in rhythmic contractions. The stomach is a J-shaped elastic sac located on the upper left side of the abdomen, just below the diaphragm, next to the liver. It expands when food enters, producing acid and enzymes to break down food into a semi-liquid. Here, the proteins begin breaking down with the enzyme pepsin, and the fats begin to break down to a thick liquid called chyme. Now, that's basically the mechanics of what happens in your upper respiratory tract. Some early indicators of a sluggish digestive system include when the digestive system is functioning properly, the body often sends warning signs. These symptoms can range from mild discomfort to more serious health concerns. Here are some of the most common symptoms of digestive issues: bloating, slow bowel movements and/or constipation, feeling sluggish or having brain fog, experiencing acid reflux or indigestion, and skin issues such as acne or dull complexions. Holistic herbalism is all about balance and energetics. The focus is on the systems rather than the illnesses. So if you are seeing these signs, it is likely that you have an imbalance. Awareness of your body is paramount. I can't say that enough. Be aware of your body, what is normal, and notice when there are differences, because noticing these differences can be key in helping it not to evolve into something more serious. In our discussion of improving digestion naturally, let me begin by saying that herbs won't work or provide the needed support if you aren't following the protocol. So let's review a few basic guidelines to kickstart your digestion if you are experiencing these symptoms. Increase fiber intake. Leafy greens and whole grains are great for this. Drink more water to keep digestion moving smoothly. We want to keep a flow of our fluids in our body, and drinking plenty of water helps to get that done. Eat slowly, chew thoroughly to break down food, incorporate probiotics for gut balance, exercise regularly to stimulate digestion, and manage stress with deep breathing, meditation, and/or herbal teas. Next, let's take a glimpse of an element of traditional African medicine. Like goes with like. Plants that have colors the same as the colors produced by a particular organ, like we have liquid or phlegm in our digestive system as well as our throat. In our case tonight, we're talking about the stomach and the esophagus. The associated colors of milky white and yellow herbs are used to support the digestive health that follow this thought process, or like licorice and marshmallow are two examples of white herbs that are used to support, but we'll learn more about that a little bit later. In traditional African medicine, it is believed that if a person has a specific taste, this is a strong indication that they may have an issue in a correlated organ or system. The taste associated with the stomach is sweet. So a person that, say, has a sweet tooth or wants something sweet constantly, that could be an indication that you're having some digestive problems, especially if you notice that you're having a taste for sweet, and then you also notice that you're having some of the symptoms that I talked about earlier. Some common diagnoses of the upper digestive system are many of the digestive issues such as acid reflux, ulcers, gastritis, and indigestion can be managed with the help of herbs that soothe irritation, support digestion, and reduce the inflammation. Below are some of the best herbs for each of these conditions. If you're experiencing acid reflux, GERD, or heartburn, slippery elm protects the esophagus by it coats and it soothes the esophagus as well as the stomach lining. It helps to prevent acid from causing damage, and it reduces burning sensations and irritations. Now, the way that you would administer or use slippery elm is by making a slippery elm tea, or it can be taken in lozenges form, or you can powder your herbs and mix that into warm water. That is the slippery elm. And when I say powder, you can use a coffee grinder, or you can use a blender to powder your herbs and then just mix that with warm water. Another herb that can be used for acid reflux and heartburn was marshmallow root. Marshmallow root is a natural mucilage, and it helps to soothe. It forms a protective coating over irritated tissues. It helps with acid reflux and esophagitis. It reduces inflammation, and you can use this. You can use marshmallow root by making a cold infusion. That means you would sit the herbs inside water and let it sit overnight. Because it is so, I hate to use the word slimy, but it has a thick texture to it. It would be too much to put it in warm, so you would do it in a cold overnight infusion in order to get the mucilage out, so that when you drink it, it will help to coat and line your esophagus and your stomach. Another herb that can be used is chamomile. Chamomile calms the stomach and it reduces stress. It is an anti-inflammatory and it soothes irritated tissues. It helps to relax the digestive tract. It reduces stress-related reflux. And chamomile can be taken simply in a tea after meals or before bed, because it is a mild sedative or relaxing herb. Licorice root is another herb that is really famous. It heals the stomach lining. It protects against stomach and acid ulcers, encourages mucus production in the stomach, and helps with acid reflux and gastritis. If you're going to use licorice root, you can use it. There are tablets that you can take, or you can powder it and put it in a capsule yourself. You can buy empty capsules. You can powder it and put it inside a capsule and take it in that form. For gastritis and stomach ulcers, the goal here is to reduce inflammation to heal the stomach lining and fight H. pylori infections. H. pylori is basically a bacteria infection of the stomach. Some herb that can be used to treat gastritis and stomach ulcers is turmeric. It is an anti-inflammatory. It is also extremely gut healing. Quite often when you see turmeric, people will pair that with black pepper because it makes the chemical compounds more bioavailable when you pair it with black pepper. But turmeric reduces stomach lining inflammation. It fights H. pylori infection, supports bile production. That bile production helps with the digestion. Um, you can add turmeric powder to your food. You can take curcumin capsules, or you can prepare a drink called golden milk. Metal sweet is another herb that can be used. There are lots of herbs that can be used. Metal sweet is a natural anti-acid and pain reliever. It balances stomach acids. It's not too high, not too low. It kind of gives you that sweet spot. It is an anti-inflammatory for the stomach lining. It helps with reflux, ulcers, as well as nausea. With metal sweet, you would use it as a tea, or you can take it as a tincture. And remember, we said before that tinctures are when you take your herb basically and you allow it to sit or to macerate in alcohol, and then you strain the herbs off after 4 to 6 weeks. An additional remedy for gastritis and stomach ulcers is aloe vera. Aloe vera soothes and heals the stomach lining, and it reduces inflammation and irritation. It cools and relieves acid reflux as well as gastritis, and it helps to heal ulcers. You can drink aloe vera as a juice, the inner leaf only though, not the whole leaf. And you can use this before meals to kind of give your stomach a coating or line your stomach. Or for indigestion, bloating, and slow digestion, the goal here is to support your digestion, to increase stomach mobility, and to prevent food stagnation. For this, you can use ginger. Ginger stimulates digestion and reduces nausea. It increases stomach motility. It helps food to move faster. It relieves bloating and discomfort. It helps with nausea and gastroparesis. With ginger, you can drink it as a tea. You can chew fresh ginger, or you can take ginger capsules. Peppermint also helps with indigestion, bloating, and that kind of issue. It relaxes the stomach and relieves bloating. It improves digestion by relaxing the gut muscles. It helps with bloating, gas, and indigestion. However, sometimes when people have GERD, peppermint will sometimes irritate that because it relaxes the esophageal sphincter a little bit too much. And so if you have GERD, that's something that you want to be aware of. And if you choose to use it, I would not use it in excess, and I would kind of try myself out before really delving into using peppermint. Basically, with peppermint, you can take it as a tea, or you can put it inside an enteric coated peppermint capsules, and that kind of helps to protect your stomach and allows it to release a little bit slowly. Dandelion root is another herb that can be used, and dandelion is really good for your liver, for digestive support. It stimulates bile production. It helps your food to digest fats that you may have eaten or experienced. It supports digestion and detoxification, and it helps to reduce acid reflux caused by sluggish digestion. Dandelion root can be used in a tea before meals. Cinnamon is another helpful herb that can be used. It warms and aids digestion. And I didn't say this before, but the ginger is one of my favorites for aiding my digestive system. But cinnamon helps to break down your food faster. It relieves bloating and cramping. It is a mild antimicrobial properties to help with gut infections. And cinnamon can be used as a powder or as a tea. So if you have powder, you can mix it in some warm water. If you have like the cinnamon chips or the cinnamon bark, you can put that in your hot water and let it steep for a while. And actually, if you have the bark, you may want to boil it some to kind of decoct it, because when you have the whole bark, it can be kind of tough. I'd like to just give you a tea recipe, decoction recipe that you might want to try to support having a healthy gut biome. For this recipe, I call this recipe biome balance decoction. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon chips, a teaspoon of oregano, a half a teaspoon of ginger, or 1 teaspoon of dried ginger root. And I said, excuse me, a half a piece of ginger, so like a small piece, maybe about yay big, and you can just grate that into your tea. 6 whole cloves, 3 cardamom pods, 1 star anise pod, and a pinch of black pepper, which is optional. You will combine these herbs with 2 cups of water in a saucepan and bring it to a boil slowly. Once it's been brought to a boil, turn it down and let it just simmer for about 20 minutes. Strain, and you can serve it after it's been strained. So, as we wrap up this episode of Herbal Expeditions, I hope you've gained valuable insight into how your digestive system functions, the warning signs of sluggish digestion, and the powerful herbs that can support your gut health. Your key takeaways tonight are: your digestive system plays a crucial role in nutrient absorption, energy levels, and overall well-being. A sluggish digestive system can show up as bloating, acid reflux, brain fog, constipation, or skin issues. Lifestyle habits like eating slowly, drinking more water, managing stress, and incorporating fiber-rich foods are essential for digestive balance. Herbs like slippery elm, marshmallow root, chamomile, licorice, turmeric, and ginger can soothe irritation, reduce inflammation, and enhance digestion naturally. Small daily changes can have a big impact, whether it's a cup of herbal tea, mindful eating, or adding digestive-friendly herbs to your meals. What are your next steps? If today's episode resonated with you, I encourage you to try an herbal tea blend to support your digestion. Listen to your body's signals. Your gut is always communicating with you. Experiment with lifestyle shifts that promote a healthier, happier digestive system. Stay tuned. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow Herbal Expeditions so you don't miss upcoming discussions on digestion and overall wellness throughout the month of February. Next time, we'll continue our deep dive into gut health, exploring more herbs, nutrition tips, and holistic strategies to help your digestive system thrive. Let's keep this conversation going. I'd love to hear from you. Do you have a go-to herbal remedy for digestion? Have you tried any of the herbs we discussed today? Share your thoughts and experiences. Until next time, take care of your gut, stay curious, and keep exploring the world of herbs. Subscribe and stay tuned. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and share this episode with anyone who might benefit from natural digestive support. I'll see you next Thursday at 7. Good night.
Thank you for tuning in to Herbal Expeditions. Remember to set your clock for 7 p.m. Central Standard Time every Thursday.